welcome to this episode of the Ranting Atheist podcast. Today we'll be listening to Job sharing what wisdom is talking about, letting us know what wisdom is. Then he also talks about orphans, widows, and worms. It's just let's just see what Job has to say to Spirit this time around. So if you haven't subscribed up, please consider subscribing on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and other places you find podcasts. Then if you want to join us for this Bible study, join us on Clubhouse. Check out the links and the show notes below. We do it every week in air quotes. We try to make it every week. We do our best. So now let's go and read Job chapter 24 to 28. All right, everybody, you are welcome to today's Bible reading. Bible study, rather, sorry. Can drink water. So we are continuing the story of the dick rider called Job from chapter 24 to 28. Like Job has just been collecting left and right, and his stupid friends have been gaslighting him using apologetics, and he's just crying like, God, why are you fucking me up? I did nothing wrong. Every normal human being would be confused. Like, I saved you, God, so why should you fuck me up? You should mess the wicked up, not me. I'm your child. I'm your pikin. So that's basically what we are doing. So we are on 24 and we are still heading to 40, is it 42 or something? So
can I read first so that like I wouldn't have to wait?
Oh yeah, no. And so you read 24, Mr. Knights. 25, we good?
Yeah, sure.
King.
Yeah,
26.
Yeah.
And I will take 27. Then if nobody comes for 28, maybe I'll take 28. But let's see how it goes. But let me also bring out the Message Bible. It's always fun to see what Eugene has to say when it's getting funny. So, NLT Job chapter 24. Let me pin the link. So we'll start from there. So I'll be looking at the NLT in parallel to see if there's anything we can get from there if need be. So we move. So Moge, please take us away.
Okay, so why doesn't the Almighty bring the wicked to judgment? Why must the godly wait for him in vain? Evil people still land by moving the boundary.
You didn't give us, sorry, forgive me. You didn't give us, what's the topic?
Oh, sorry. Job asked why the wicked are not punished.
Okay.
Okay, so why doesn't the Almighty bring the wicked to judgment? Why must the godly wait for him in vain? Evil people steal land by moving the boundary markers. They steal livestock and put them in their own pastures. They take the orphan's donkey and demand the widow's ox as security for a loan. The poor are pushed off the path. The needy must hide together for safety. Like wild donkeys in the wilderness, the poor must spend all their time looking for food, searching even in the desert for food for their children. They harvest the field they do not own, and they glean in the vineyards of the wicked. All night they lie naked in the cold, without clothes. Can you guys? It's saying my connection is poor. You guys can hear me, right?
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
All night they lie naked in the cold without clothing or covering. They are soaked by mountain showers, and they huddle against the rocks for want of a home. The wicked snatch a widow's child from her breast, taking the baby as security for a loan. The poor must go about naked without any clothing. They harvest food for others while they themselves are starving. They press out olive oil without being allowed to taste it, and they tread in winepress as they suffer from thirst. The groans of the dying from the city and the wounded and the wounded cry for help, yet God ignores their mourning. Wicked people rebel against the light. They refuse to acknowledge its ways or stay in its path. The murderer rises in the early dawn to kill the poor and needy. At night he is a thief. Oh, wait. The murderer rises in the early dawn to kill the poor and needy. At night he is a thief. The adulterer waits for the twilight, saying, "No one will see me then." He hides his face so no one will know him. Thieves break into houses at night and sleep in the daytime. They are not acquainted with the light. The black night is the morning. They ally themselves with the terror of the darkness. But they disappear like foam down a river. Everything they own is cursed, and they are afraid to enter their own vineyards. The grave consumes sinners just as drought and heat consumes snow. Their own mothers will forget them. Maggots will find them sweet to eat. No one will remember them. Wicked people are broken like a tree in the storm. They cheat the woman who has no son to help her. They refuse to help the needy widow. God in his power drags away the rich. They may rise high, but they have no assurance of life. They may be allowed to live in security, but God is always watching them. And though they are great now, in a moment they will be gone, like all others, cut off like heads of grain. Can anyone claim otherwise? Who can prove me wrong?
This guy just wants other people to get fucked. Like him. Abi, what's me? I'm saying, like,
There's what's that saying? There's is it misery loves company?
yes,
Right.
that's the
You know.
vibe is given. Like, fuck them up too. Why is you not fucking up? Like, this motherfucker, he's really down bad, man. How, man?
I don't blame him. I mean, like, God took everything from him. His kids, slaves, like everything, literally. Right? The guy is in the trenches at this moment.
When they trying to save na paradise. At this rate.
I think it's a good thing. People who wrote the Bible that they included this part, because I feel like religion thrives on, like, if you're a good person, something good is going to happen to you. Like so like sometimes, if something bad happens to a religious person, they often say, like, I'm a good person, or like human beings in general, they say like, I'm a good person. Like, why we always do this and we always do that? Like, why are these things happening to me? So like, I feel like it's very good for like the course of the events, and like just for the Bible and Christianity in general, that they included this path, that even though like sometimes it might seem like, the world is against you, like God still has a plan for you, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I love that for them. Yeah. It's just consolation.
Yeah. And I feel like it's very important to also realize, just because you're a good person does not necessarily mean that, something good is always going to happen to you.
Life will not be always smooth.
Yeah, but that's why this story was invented now. Like, basically, this is like apologetics for, like, why am I following the rules, but, like, I'm not reaping the rewards, or like, how come like my neighbor is sinning and these things? Yeah, it's not making sense. And then someone
doing
was
Yahoo
like,
and is making money.
Right. So somebody had to like be like, okay, we need a way to explain this, and then they made up the story of Job. So,
those three friends,
like even the concept of karma, like it's just people trying to how do I say it, to comfort themselves. Like,
it's a quantum of solace. That's what me I used to call it.
What do you call it?
Quantum of solace.
You're not serious.
You know where I got that from, man?
That's the
James Bond movie. Yeah.
Wait, where? I didn't get that.
James Bond movie. One of the
first. Oh my gosh.
The second one, the quantum of solace.
No,
the second one, Casino Royale, that was the first one.
Yeah.
It's just consolation now. Whenever I on Twitter, I'll tell someone that to show you that karma doesn't work. Go one is alive and well. Someone like, how do you know is well? How do you know? You don't know he might be having one sickness inside. Motherfucker is going to be 88 in October, and he just commissioned one bridge in his state. So is it in February, April? Baba, they work on you. They don't even hold on like Emilokan. They work on you. They move at 87, and you are there talking about karma. Karma kill you there.
Don't worry, his reward is in the afterlife. Yeah.
Okay. All the people that, all the innocent people that died in the Biafra war, where's their own reward?
In heaven now.
Okay. And those that were not saved, those that were worshipping Ekwensu and Co, they are burning in hellfire.
Well, it actually also kind of stops people from taking actions, because like instead of like fighting for their rights,
for justice,
for justice, they're always going to like console themselves with, like how am I going to happen, and God is going to fight my fight. Something.
Be submissive, turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest scams. The greatest scams. Person give you slap, maybe you turn the other cheek. Oh man, you go collect to. You go collect. No forgiveness here. Forgiveness is sin. What the fuck? You slap me. Oh yeah, come here. Come and collect.
Turn
the other cheek. I'm who they turn the other cheek.
Guys, thinking about it now, like Ranting, you just mentioned forgiveness. So, like, I know Christians are always like arguing about whether hell exists or not. Like, does it exist or not?
Are they arguing? I think every Christian is on the
some
page
people are
that
saying
hell exists.
No, most Christians believe there are some Christians that believe in annihilationist, are what they call them.
Annihilationist and universalist.
Right. Okay.
But I think there's a common. But I think there's a common agreement that like would get punished if like the trumpet blows and we are still like unbelievers. We're going to get punished, right? Like, is that, or are they arguing about that one too? Because I don't understand them these days.
Many on this app below, I've just seen many things, heard many things that you wonder like, now the same Christianity be this from where to where? Hello, from where to where? Like, I
don't know. Like these days, it's always like, I don't know, they come up with something new. And the other day, like, I was in this room and they were arguing whether Jesus was a feminist or not. Like, oh my gosh.
I saw it. It wasn't whether Jesus was a feminist. It was like, is Christianity
compatible?
Yeah, something like that. And someone in the comments was like, Jesus is a feminist. And, I asked like, I asked like, what makes him a feminist? Like, why is he a feminist? And usually like the responses are just, he was a very decent human being. And
that's a woman they wanted to stone.
Yeah, that woman.
That's always their go-to.
He said no. I was just like, bro, like, how does that make him a feminist? He was just a decent human being, maybe like a nice human being, but how is that like?
And it depends
how
on
does
which
that translate to feminism? What?
When you say leave your father and mother, all those being like that's cunt Jesus.
I beg.
Right.
I don't know, Ja.
Jesus was not a nice motherfucker, so it was just the PR strong, but he was nicer than his daddy.
But like paint him as this like very nice person, and even like King is still.
I'm sorry, it was nicer than his daddy.
Exactly.
But they paint him as this nice person, and in their comments on or their arguments on why he's a feminist often are about like his personality and how he acted in particular situations. But that does not necessarily mean he sees women as like equal.
Look at the 12 disciples. The answer is there.
But I heard this theory from my religion teacher in school, and he said that there were actually female disciples, and they all just went by the name Mary. But Mary is not just like one person. Like all the women were referred to as Mary.
Are you surprised? It's just a way to mold them up, like maybe like 17
Wait,
years.
what did Israel say?
Saying someone is doing all this gymnastics to like defend that someone was a feminist, I think it's pointless.
Yeah, that was
doing deep dive to prove that your favorite person wasn't totally
wasn't that bad.
Okay, let's move on. Come, I just saw that 25 is very short. So Israel 25 and 26 on your head. I saw six verses. I'm like, what? What happened?
So I didn't even notice. I didn't even scroll.
So it's 25, 26. Then King read 27. I'll read 28. So give us some Shakespearean vibe, not moving around very fast through it. I didn't want to interrupt you, Sha, but now you tell us that day. So maybe we give Shakespearean vibe. You have forgotten. Now you be our teacher. Okay.
Is it me?
No, Mogi now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was me, but I find it difficult to read in a dramatic way. So maybe.
Okay. Don't shake it. Yeah, carry on.
Job 25. Bildad tells the response to Job. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, God is powerful and dreadful. He enforces peace in the heavens. Who is able to count his heavenly army? Doesn't his light shine on all the earth? How can a mortal be innocent before God? Can anyone born of a woman be pure? God is more glorious than the moon. He shines brighter than the stars. In comparison, people are maggots. We mortals are mere worms.
See what this is what message said in that so much less plain men and women, slugs and maggots by comparison.
And let me just quickly point out that it just said, can anyone born of a woman be pure? But Jesus was born of a woman, so I don't know that.
And he's taking the sins of the world, so bro, there's always a way out. There's always a way out, man. Like you can't. It's very slick, slippery and slick. You can't catch them. So, Israel, sorry, please continue.
Job 26. Job's ninth speech, a response to Bildad.
Ninth, number 9.
Yeah.
What the? Okay.
Verse 1. Then Job spoke again. How you have helped the powerless, how you have saved the weak, how you have enlightened my stupidity. What wise advice you have offered. Where have you gotten all these wise sayings? Whose spirit speaks through you? The dead tremble, those who live beneath the waters.
Wait, sorry.
The underworld is naked.
Can you hear me, Israel? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Sorry. I saw something. Is it verse? This should be verse 2 or 3, according to the message. That you came to rescue just in the nick of time. What a wonderful advice you've given to a mix-up man. I give that out like, what the fuck is this guy? What kind of interpretation is the message?
Which kind of translation be down?
I say, what a wonderful advice given to a mix-up man. What the fuck?
Why are you reading it like that?
That's what is written there now. Like, you've given to a mix-up man. Like, there's an exclamation mark after the man. So is man? Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, Job 26, verse 6. The underworld is naked in God's presence. The place of destruction is uncovered. God stretches the northern sky over empty space and hangs the earth on nothing. He wraps the rain in his thick clouds, and the clouds don't burst with the weight. He covers the face of the moon, shrouding it with his clouds. He created the horizon when he separated the waters. He set the boundary between day and night. The foundations of heaven tremble. They shudder at his rebuke. By his power the sea grew calm. By his skill he crushed the great sea monster. His spirit made the heavens beautiful, and his power pierced the gliding serpent. These are just the beginning of all that he does, merely a whisper of his power. Who then can comprehend the thunder of his power? Osheto.
The Lord bless the reign of his bullshit. See, verse 7 reminded me of something during my deconversion. I was arguing with one guy. He was trying to argue that the Bible had like God gave some inclination of space. This God stretches the northern sky over empty space and hangs the earth on nothing. People use this to say that the Bible referred to outer space. Even
bring Sweet up. Like Sweet wants to be brought up.
Yeah, there's something I want to point out too. Has anyone noticed that? Yeah, sorry. Has anyone noticed that in the Bible when they are trying to
for everybody?
Yeah, so it has a point.
How far?
Has anyone noticed that in the Bible when they are trying to praise God, they never make mention of things like galaxies or nebulas? It's always the cloud, the sky, the ocean.
Yeah.
That's where they are.
Because that's all they knew.
Yeah.
That's all they knew, man.
It's because verse 8, they just talk about clouds and moon and water.
But when you say these things, they always like, since they mentioned heavens, then you can include all of them.
Retrofitting or what they call it. However you like. This particular chapter, I remember vividly one guy, I was like, when I was still like, going back and forth, during the confusion stage. The guy said, and the Bible talks about space. Space. Remember, it hangs the earth on nothing. That is space. I say, yeah. How can they look at me? I say, how? They can't mention galaxy. Where they want to see galaxy? Galaxy care. They never. That's too far. They have never come out a solar system.
Oh my gosh, guys!
So
I once read like a theory that stated that like in the beginning they said something about light, like there was light and light appeared, something. Yeah. I don't know the Bible, but they should said that in the beginning. Some are saying that it's referring to the Big Bang Theory.
Yes, now.
What we never hear.
The way it is spliced, like,
gosh.
Is the irrationality is at war, so I'm always impressed by that. The rationality is at war, so it needs to somehow the belief needs to find a way to cling on. I know Christianity is malleable. There's no caliphate unlike Islam that if you change anything, they cut your head off. So you can add salt and pepper and everything be fine. That's why those were submitted and the Mormons. So I've even heard of there was this guy, what's his name? Samson Ayanride. He said in the the way he joined the dinosaurs. That's the first time I heard a pastor talking about dinosaurs.
This guy thought that too.
That 6 days, the creation day, that each day is like 1,000,000 years. It's not really a single day per se. I was like, what?
I've heard that one as well.
May I've done that into a whole life, so I can understand where it's coming from.
I think the way and if you hear for the first time, be like, wow, mind blown.
Those people are funny because how do they like come to these conclusions when the Bible literally said on the first day God created the heavens and the earth, and you now come and tell
like 1,000 years to go, bro. Bro.
But that doesn't actually make sense because like sorry, but you guys know, like some people say because like people in the Old Testament, they tend to like live really long, like 700 years, 800 years. And someone said that, the way they used to count years was differently. So let's say, like they used to, let's even say 800 years is actually just 50 years or 80 years. Why is it the opposite when it comes to like the creation of like the how many days God used to like create the earth? Like why is it not the same formula?
You need to remember that whenever such things happen, they always focus on the particular scripture at hand. There's no this is not
context.
The BCU, the biblical cinematic universe, is not internally consistent. So they don't always that continuity. Their continuity manager was fired, so they always forget those parts that will link up. But it's when it's relevant for argument like that. 1,000 days it's like a year is like a single day is like 1,000 years to God. So it can be brought in when needed for a particular argument. So it's just a bunch of Legos that they can
But
add.
me, I feel that
Stack
rhetoric
up
kind of
whenever they want.
like limiting God, because why would you be taking thousands of years for God to build?
Why would God even be taking it? Why would God even be taking it?
Exactly. Why?
It is
Exactly.
You're
bro.
just speaking. You're just speaking. I don't understand. It's literally just words.
See, and that thing goes into the what they call that, the fine tuning arguments. That one, I used to tell whenever I say, come, you are insulting your God, your omnipotent God, with that fine tuning argument, because you are saying if the value, if a singular value was just changed by point whatever percent, that this universe will not exist. Meaning your God is limited by the laws of physics.
It's a bad design.
So
It's
it's
a
no
bad
more
designer.
omnipotent.
Me,
bad designer.
I don't even go that far. Like some people will be wearing specs. They wear glasses, they see well. You won't come they argue fine tuning to me. You can't they tell me.
No, that one is intelligent design. No, that's intelligent design.
Intelligent design. Sorry,
that one is intelligent design. Almost see, the human body is. I'm gonna let doctors explain to us how imperfect we are.
Another theory is like in the Old Testament, they talk about like other gods, and they say like God, like the Christian God is a jealous God. So another theory is like he's very much aware that that there are other gods, who might have been as powerful as he was, but he was basically just the God of the Israelites and wanted to be the only God.
Yes, now Israel was his boo. Israel was his babe. And whenever Israel strays, it gives her a dirty slap with plagues and curses and rape and pillage.
He sold them into slavery too.
Exactly. He was always jealous, a jealous lover. Like, why does your God have such human traits and is beyond human beings? Like, he's so jealous. That's why I call this Yahweh now the ultimate alpha male.
You get like
alpha male.
Talking about alpha males,
so
like
obvious.
guys, Shola has been banned.
No, that one testimony.
Ranting.
Praise the Lord.
Where are they?
Morpheus is now a Christian. Morpheus.
Glory. Lakos, Sambakanda, Lekekirubumba.
Morpheus is always a Christian.
Morpheus, speaking the spirit with me. Lekos, like the way they used to talk. Lekos, Kumba Laka, Kalakimbo Kumba, Kalakiki Karakoko, Ayaka.
Shekos.
Yeah. They speak in the spirits.
Oh my gosh, like sorry that I'm coming like with different things that I'm remembering, but do you guys know the theory about like when this guy was almost killed? What's the son of Abraham again?
Isaac.
When like Isaac was almost killed, and they were like, like that just means that he's against human sacrifice. But then he sacrificed Jesus.
No. See, you're going too far. No. You're doing that. Spoiler. Let's stick to the Old Testament. Jephthah's daughter.
Yeah, not Japhet. Jephthah.
Jephthah's daughter. In fact, when the Israelites in 1 Samuel 15, was it they caught the one where it said keep all the virgins for yourself? There were 30,000 virgins that they kept that they paid as tribute to God, half to the Levites or something like that. That was human sacrifice right there.
And Jephthah's daughter is like the most clear. There's no way out of that. The apologetics are weak.
Like, how do you want to explain the Jephthah's daughter? He made a deal with God. The first thing that comes out of my house will be sacrificed unto you. The daughter ran out, Daddy, hey.
Wait, somebody please tell me the story. Like, I'm confused. What happened? Like Jephthah.
Let me see. Judges. That's Judges what again?
24.
In Judges 24, like he went to fight a war. He made a deal with God that God should help him, and he now made a promise that if I win this war, if you help me win this war, whatever comes out of my house, I will give a sacrifice unto you to show thanks unto you.
The first thing is so obedient.
The first thing comes. Yeah. So.
Oh, I remember.
Daughter come to collect.
I even have a picture in my head now because, like those Jehovah Witness Bible children thing. Do you guys that children
book of Bible stories?
It was there.
Exactly. I think she was wearing like a white dress.
I don't remember it though.
I think she was wearing a white dress. I think I have the right picture in mind.
She was there.
Yeah, she was there. She was there.
Let me see whether I still have it.
This story surprisingly never came up in any Bible study or Sunday school that I went to. Like this all my years, this Jephthah story, I never heard it, not once.
It's bad PR now. It's bad for business. It gives a very serious shock value. Like, what the fuck? What's going on? How? Why? Like, you just see that. This is basically Isaac's story. In a way, Isaac was what would have happened to Isaac? He followed through. No angel stopped Jephthah. Say it's okay, bro. It's okay. So psych. Nah, he killed her. He killed her. So wait, you're saying is in that my book of Bible
but they
stories?
Didn't paint it. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I think it was there, but they didn't paint it that way. Or maybe I have like a different picture in mind. But I have like a picture of her wearing a white dress and coming up with, like a harp or something. What?
I think Jehovah's Witness always watered down everything now. They are so kumbaya.
Yeah, like it didn't end with her getting killed. I just thought she was, I don't know, like, when you're a child, you don't really ask a lot of questions. So like
maybe they ended it with okay, and he promised God so and so, and he fulfilled his promise and they moved on.
Yeah. I think I imagined her like going to like a priest house like for the rest of her life, something like that kind of sacrifice.
That's the apologetic for it. But
the reason we get there eventually.
Yeah, just want to say the reason why that doesn't make sense that she dedicated her life as a priestess or whatever is because it says that her friends were mourning for her, right? And that like
bewailing. She was what they call bewailing her virginity.
Her virginity, right?
What the fuck is that?
They said every year her friends would go and they would mourn her. So if she was just serving God as like a priestess, why are they mourning her every year? Like that doesn't make any sense. Clearly, she was sacrificed. So.
The sick thing about religion is they will even try to like paint this as an heroic act. Like paint it as if like. It's something good.
Abraham
it's something every girl should even wish to happen to her.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's possible now.
Wait, let me see. Maybe now Esther they here now. Esther went to audition as what again? The king was selecting mates. Next. So see, we are going too far. We are jumping into season 7, season 9, or whatever. Let's come back to the current season.
All right.
Joe's final speech. Hey, but Pastor Morpheus.
So I don't know what's going on here. People are just attacking the God of the
Oh my God!
Your ministry.
Let me clear you people. So I want to tell you people to repent.
Okay.
So my conversion story, I also share. I'm sharing it in tears. When I'm crying, there's tears coming from my eye.
We need videos.
I'm going to try to
tell us your story. Like
I'm going to try to
change your mind. What happened?
So 2 days ago, a Babalawo called me. Oh my God.
Okay, pass the blunt. Oh my God. It's okay, off your mic. We
I think you're a madman.
That's now Stallion is a Stallion simp.
So you guys are
the Stallion simp. If you are 6'9", Abi.
No, I even have. If you can a lady and you can stand like me and you will be standing, and yes, you can put your breast on my head like this.
Yeah, I don't dare. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
So that means nothing less than 6'7", 6'9". Only 6'7", 6'9", babe.
I already told
to you.
I need babe that will tie me and be beating me and be slapping me and I will say yes, mistress. That's what I'm looking for.
May the Lord deliver you, Lekos, and lay hands on you and your DP. Yeah, oh yeah, let me focus. Joe's final speech. Brother King, please take us away.
All right. So Job chapter 27, Job's final speech. Job continued speaking. I vow by the living God who has taken away my rights, by the Almighty.
Oh, wow.
Who has
don't turn to America's right wing. Okay.
By the Almighty who has embittered my soul. As long as I live, while I have breath from God, my lips will speak no evil, and my tongue will speak no lies. I will never concede that you are right. I will defend my integrity until I die. I will maintain my innocence without wavering. My conscience is clear for as long as I live. May my enemy be punished like the wicked, with my adversary like those who do evil. For what hope do the godless have when God cuts them off and takes away their life?
Every fucking time.
Yeah.
Every time with the cholesterol bullets. Why? Why?
Oh,
with the cholesterol
you
bullets.
non-believers, you are something again.
With the cholesterol bullet every time. But no shaking, no yawa. Please continue.
Every week.
Mason with
Hillary, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're late.
You are late. Kneel down there.
You're late.
I'm
She
sorry.
go sit down for back
I
seat.
was talking
Go
to
back
Ike.
seat.
Ushers, please show her the way out, please. Yeah, continue.
Verse 9. Will God listen to their cry when trouble comes upon them? Can they take delight in the Almighty? Can they call to God at any time? I will teach you about God's power. I will not conceal anything concerning the Almighty. But you have seen all this, yet you say all these useless things to me. So I guess he's talking to his friends.
Basically,
right? Yeah.
So why do you keep talking nonsense?
Right. Like, this is what the wicked will receive from God. This is their inheritance from the Almighty. They may have many children, but the children will die in war or starve to death.
Misery loves company.
Yeah.
See, my children have died. All of your children will die too. So that I will not feel that bad.
Like Ranting said, go on, my differ. Yeah, because he's thriving, right?
Go on, baby boy. All right.
Those who survive will die of a plague, and not even their widows will mourn them. Evil people may have piles of money and may store away mounds of clothing, but the righteous will wear that clothing, and the innocent will divide that money. The wicked build houses as fragile as a spider's web, as flimsy as a shelter made of branches. The wicked go to bed rich, wake up to find all their wealth gone. I mean, again, that's not true, but sure.
Consolation.
Right. I feel him. Terror overwhelms them like a flood, and they are blown away in the storms of the night. The east wind carries them away, and they are gone. It sweeps them away. It whirls down on them without mercy. They struggle to flee from its power, but everyone jeers at them and mocks them. Praise the Lord.
Oh,
hallelujah.
Guys, do you know
this
what's
guy
so
just want to drag
interesting?
everybody down with him? Like,
do you know what's so interesting? Like, Christians are always like, don't judge your, what's that phrase again? Like, don't judge your,
so that I not
don't be so
judged,
judgmental, Sha. Exactly, something like that. And you know, like when they put themselves in a, oh, I'm better than you because you know I believe in God, or because I'm a better Christian than you. Like that is you judging. That is you judging, and that is what like Job is doing right now. He's basically saying, you know, I've been like, you know, like I just wonder like how was he looking at them before all this tragedy? You know, he has to have had that, you know, oh, I'm better than you mentality. And now that he's not getting, you know, like the results, he's not reaping the fruit of his labor, he's now lamenting, talking about like, oh yeah, the wicked kinikon.
No, he has reaped the fruit of his labor,
why?
but the fruit has been snatched.
Yeah. That's yeah. That's actually what's happening right now.
They don't collect her back. The owner don't collect her. You reap the reward now, but the owner say they not go do Niger bet. Unfortunately, so that's the problem we have now. Is the
But
betting.
like, paint the scenario of, like your neighbor actually thinking about like all these things when they think about you.
Yes, now that's why
Like,
Nigerians they
you are
jealous each
basically
other
the
for you
wicked
now.
neighbor. That is so disgusting.
Like when something happens, say, good for him. Like it just happens and it's really fucked up. Like it's the misery loves company. All of us are in the trenches together. We ain't getting out of here. That's why we are where we are. So it's quite
But
unfortunate.
this is not a we're in the trenches together. This is, I want you guys to be in the trenches while I'm not. That one is different.
Well, Job is not going anywhere now. God has fucked him up, so he needs people to come and get fucked up with him. So that's his whole situation now. So come and join me in the trenches. The rich is always the wicked go to bed rich, but he fantasizes they wake up poor. He wants them to be terrorized by terrorists. So it's basically misery loving company, misery loves company situation. So just a way to, as I say, a quantum of solace. Quantum of solace. That is the
Ranting.
actually it was consolation though. So it's to find solace in the misery. So we are moving on to chapter 28. Job speaks of wisdom and understanding. Still they talk. I thought they said final speech.
It's final one this time.
Okay, anyway, finally, I say unto you, finally. So many finalists in the Bible, but they never shut the fuck up. Anyway, Job chapter 28, Job speaks of wisdom and understanding. Verse 1. People know where to mine silver and how to refine gold. They know where to dig iron from the earth and how to smelt copper from rock. They know how to shine light in darkness and explore the farthest regions of the earth as they search in the dark for ore. They sink a mine shaft into the earth, far from where everyone lives. They descend on ropes, swinging back and forth. On my way to mine, don't tell. Mine don't tell. Okay. Verse 5. Food is grown on earth above, but down below, the earth is melted as by fire. Yet the rocks contain precious lapis lazuli. What is this one? And the dust contains gold. What's this? Lapis. What's this first? What's
Are you
lapis?
sure it's Bible?
Baba. Don't worry, my eye clear today.
That is the type of rock. It's like the type of like fancy rock.
Okay.
Yes,
Deep blue
some kind of crystal rock.
metamorphic rock used as semi-precious stone that has been prized since antiquity for its intense color. What's it used for? Uses for boxing, for karaoke. Now for shakara, okay. Anyway. Alright, so the rocks contain precious lapis lazuli, and the dust contains gold. These are treasures no bird of prey can see, no falcon's eye observe. No wild animal has walked up to these treasures. No lion has ever set his paw there. People know how to tear apart flinty rocks and overturn the roots of mountains. They cut tunnels in the rocks and uncover precious stones. They dam up the trickling streams and bring to light the hidden treasures. But do people know how to find wisdom? I was wondering, where is this thing going to? Where is this going to? Say, now use Abi pass, Abi. He just
I
want to
was
diss all. I say,
yeah,
where is this going to? The guy don't finally diss all the archaeologists, I mean geologists, all of them that do all those digging and mining and like what the fuck? Okay. But do people know where to find wisdom? Where can they find understanding? No one knows where to find it. For it is not found among the living. It is not here, says the ocean. Nor is it here, says the sea. Huh? What's the difference? Okay. Maybe not means so. It cannot be bought with gold. It cannot be purchased with silver. It's worth more than all the gold of Ophir. Is this a place? Possibly. Gold of Ophir. Gold. Okay, let me just put down right there. Okay, it's a place. Greater than precious onyx. Please, how do you pronounce this thing? Onyx.
onyx.
Onyx. Or lapis lazuli. Sounds like Lola
Lapis
Lapalooza.
lazuli.
Lala Palooza. There's this Lola Palooza. There's this party or something like that. Remember Lola Palooza? That's what it sounds like. Wisdom is more valuable than gold and crystal. Okay. It cannot be purchased
Allow
with
you.
jewel.
I beg, give me my gold and crystal.
See, okay, now, Oga go kill your wisdom. Don't worry. It cannot be purchased with jewels mounted in fine gold. Coral and jasper are worthless in trying to get it. The price of wisdom is far above rubies. Precious peridots from Ethiopia cannot be exchanged for it. Okay, this is what they use. Ethiopia was in the Bible, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Christianity started in Africa. It's worth more than the purest gold. But do people know where to find wisdom? Where they can find understanding? It is hidden from the eyes of all humanity. Even the sharp-eyed birds in the sky cannot discover it. Destruction and death say, we have heard only rumors of where wisdom can be found. God alone understands the way to wisdom. I knew it. Now, Sophia, you right. This Rick Morley. Do you use 22 verses to do preamble? We know where you are going. He knows where it can be found. For he looks throughout the whole earth and sees everything under the heavens. He decided how hard the wind should blow and how much rain should fall. He made the laws for the rain and laid out a path for the lightning. Then he saw wisdom and evaluated it. He set it in place and examined it thoroughly. And this is what he says to all humanity. The fear of the Lord is true wisdom. To forsake evil is real understanding. So all of you here that don't fear God, it is a day wise. It is a day wise.
You are
It is a day wise. Guy, this guy is dick riding. Like you don't see, he's trying to whine God. You don't understand?
As in, like,
He's trying to whine God.
Like, I'm actually getting tired of him.
You never start though. You just did. You still get
dick riding.
42. Like this is dick riding on steroids. Like he just after crying, hey God, let on the weekend, like on the here go, Baba God, now you, Baba God, now you. Even though I get boys for both, Baba God, now you.
That is what Yahweh likes, anyways.
He wants to be praised. He wants to only be worshipped. He gets angry if you step away. Alpha male. Alpha, Omega. You are worthy of my praise.
It's actually sad that it's so true. Like, God is actually your typical alpha male. Like, that is so
It's not
true.
typical. I will not accept that.
The alpha male.
It's the ultimate alpha male. Don't fuck with that, please.
Yeah, the
Correct
ultimate.
yourself. Don't fuck with that. Like, no. No. Nobody can fuck with that. Don't touch that. Yo, like, how? Like, no. I can't blame Job. Job is in a fucked up situation, so you might as well roll his dice with Yahweh.
But imagine like you being a good Christian and God punishing you for the fact that you're a good Christian. I don't understand. Like he'll just punish you like that just to like prove something to Satan. And then like what's insulting? Like he then ends up like replacing those wives and like with new ones and those babies with new ones as if you can replace a human being. I don't understand.
We'll find out eventually whether it's the original or brand new. That's the question.
It can't be the original now. That would be too much.
If it's not the original, then it's not omnipotent now.
Wait, guys, I need to ask something. If God will have easily brought back those kids, right? If I brought back to those servants that got killed, now you're like rebuild the house, whatever it is, yeah. If he can't do that, does he have the ability to actually bring people back from the dead? Because it was a bet, right? Like, no harm, no foul. Job didn't do anything. So it was like, oh, guy, it was a prank. I'm sorry. Here's your kids back, right? But no, he just made him. So basically, he didn't even give him new children. He had a new wife.
They jump episode. Me, I don't know what you're saying.
Exactly.
No,
like those wives and kids just died for nothing.
They jump
like
episode.
I'm saying that God actually bring people back from the dead, like Bible God. Because
find out on the next episode of Bible. I'll be atheist Bible.
I
don't fight my No, like what Mr. is saying is upcoming. We'll go find out eventually. That now they jump gun. We don't jump gun tomorrow. We don't even jump to season 9 in New Testament. So
No, but it's just so interesting. Like because basically Job just fucked his wife and had babies again. Now that God magically gave you children, he just did the thing that other people.
You sure? You did there. Did you did there? You did there. You did there. How do you take no? Where's your video evidence, madam?
Wow.
But you guys, like, imagine being the wife of Job and you're just chilling. You did nothing wrong. You just married the wrong guy. You just die like that, just like that.
Just like that. No. I don't think his wife died now. No, she was yabbing him.
She didn't die. It's his slaves that died that was doing
his children, his slaves, servants.
Still, it doesn't even matter. You're just working for this guy. You're just like a slave.
She herself will be grieving, but the Bible doesn't give a fuck about her own grieving. Like she lost her children, so. But the Bible fuck women basically. Not at least we should have given us Job's wife's side of the story. They to like, oh my children, I bore you my womb.
Yeah.
I did this. I've not yet seen that.
I think it would have even been better for God to have, resurrected those kids who died, because mothers talk about
they jump episode. Everybody is okay. We don't want to know resurrection.
You are running too fast.
We are going too far. We have finished riding dick. Yes, we have closed church today. Everybody go home. Praise the Lord. Lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. Lapis. I don't let us do lapis. 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 Is it lapis?
I don't even know what that means. Like I don't know what you're saying.
Wait, lapis. Okay, is lapis. Wait, lapis. I'm looking at the what do you call that? The diphthongs or something like that. Lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli. No. Headache. English. Everybody, thank you for today. After room, who wants to do that one? Thank you for listening to this episode. Kindly subscribe up Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and other places you'll find podcasts. Then check out the links in the show notes for anything that you may find useful, including where to join us when we read the scriptures live. Have a great week, and I will catch you on the next one.